We're going to skip the intro because I don't got time. Go work till 8 p.m., but I don't have them. Go work till 8 p.m. Hey, asshole, please keep me anonymous. Also, this might be long, so name your price accordingly. Also, would like a video response. How do I find friends? More specifically, how do you find friends or just people to hang out with when you work a lot and you work at night? You don't. There's your answer. And good night, everybody. I'll get into it more. I'm a 19-year-old truck driver, but I'm about to leave for a local road gig that pays more, looks better on a resume for someone my age, but also has no work schedule. You're dispatched when loads come in, which could be anytime, day or night. I also tried to join the military before getting my CDL like you suggested in your videos, but I was rejected for having mild asthma. I'd be willing to try again, but getting something like that, asthma wave, extremely difficult. Get it done, man. Just do it. Like you work, you go drive your thing. Then go to the doctor, say, give me a clearance. Find a doctor, do some doctor shopping. Here's the issue. I work a lot, and at night, there's long hours, not a whole lot of time off. I do have friends, but they live far away. I don't see them unless I get a lot of time off or I'm dispatched to that yard. I'm looking for people to hang out with more locally. I can't hang out with anyone from work because they're all way older than me. Plus, you go to work not to make friends. Yeah, and you can't even drink with those guys. You're probably the kid. Well, you are the kid. No doubt you're the youngest there. How do I meet people my age to hang out with? Not asking for much, just a group of people to hang out with in my downtime. Also, I don't care about the girls, since most of them, including the ones I date, are boring as shit and typically don't have life interests and hobbies outside their phone. I'm so envious that you realize that at your age, where I thought, like, pretty girls. Oh, you must be amazing goddesses. Like, yeah, I look back and like, they were dumber than shit and boring as fuck. And you realize that. So you are way ahead of us, son. You're going to do just fine. Bibbidi bobbidi bobbidi boo. I'm also not a complete incel shut-in. I often try to leave my apartment as much as I can, usually ride a skateboard or go on walks. I'm going to get some more time off to try and go some hiking trails over in the area you're in, which is a nice area. There's some nice mountains out there. And when I am at home, I usually work on music. Hoping to do music on the side, but too much time for work. Oh, well, that's life. Sorry, this was long. Not trying to be a whiny pussy. I enjoy my job. It just sucks not having very many people to work at. Well, you're also in a town where most people could just off themselves and the whole world would be better off. Let's be honest about the town you're in. I won't mention where it is, but that's like the shittiest town or one of the shittiest towns in the United States. Like, oops, a nuclear bomb went off. Where did all these lame-ass people go? Oh, darn, what will we do without those people? So the quality of friends in that time, that's a huge problem right there. So let's talk about that, all right? So that's not your fault, but they suck. Another thing, we're in the great and merciful Corona Chan, right? Bless her bounty. So that's a huge a lot of you younger people don't get that. You're like, oh my God, there's no jobs. I can't find people. It's like, yeah, we're in a pandemic. So that's also outside of your control and hopefully a fleeting variable. But then as it pertains to you finding friends, I asked you, I said, so you're 19 now, were you 18 when COVID came out? Also, are you in college or anything like that? You said 18 when I graduated from high school. He said, good man, couldn't get into the military, started trucking, and he's working hard. I'm not in college, really. I don't plan to. I'm perfectly content being a trucker. I'm probably going to become an owner-operator, but that's years from now. Apologies for the blank email. Don't ever buy Apple products. Okay. All right. Well, here's the problem. All right. From 5 years old until just a year ago, and this is the main thing. I mean, there's COVID and all this other, and you live in a shitty town, but here's the main one. From 5 years old to a year ago, 13 years, you went to the same place with the same kids. All right. And for better or worse, it did provide some regularity and it did provide you a social circle. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. And in that group of your peers in your class, you no doubt made some friends. Now that ends. Now, usually for most dumb people, they go to college because dumb people go to college nowadays. It used to be the smart people went to college. Now the dumb people go to college. And it was just an extension of high school. College is high school version 2.0, perhaps even worse. And there's the same class, maybe not the exact same guys. You're always in the same class, in the same room with the same teacher all the time. You're going to different majors, different classes you got to take. But it was still a physical place where Many thousands of people your age and peer group went at the same time. All right. That is not normal. I don't mean like over the course of human history, it's not normal, because after that, then it's work. And even work, one could argue, is just a continuation of this trend where a group of people go to the same place day in, day out, which is work. And in the olden days, you would make your friends, and there'd be the bowling league of the company, that you worked for, and you go fight the enemy company that's your competitors in softball or whatever it was. But the nature of your work being truck driving is a very lonely job. It's like working security. It's like, yeah, there's a security team, but you're all dispatched to other places late at night. You don't see each other. So you don't have that camaraderie. And so just to the larger point I'm trying to bring up here and point it out to you, there's nothing wrong with you. This is to be expected. All right. And the reason you don't have a lot of friends is because of the nature of your work and this artificial environment, namely school, from kindergarten to college. If you were to have gone to college, that is ended. And what you view as normal, because that's what you had since you were 5 years old, now it's not. You are in a new normal. You've passed a threshold where the environment now completely changes. And to be perfectly honest, it's in my day, you still went out. There was still a vibrant bar, swing, jazz, salsa, dancing, whatever, going out community. Even the millennials, I guess, even though they couldn't afford nightclubs or rent, they still managed to go get pristine IPA, home American-made brews over at the brew pub, the micro brew, dude. You got your beard on? Oh, they're all bankrupt now, huh? You didn't save cash, eh? Such a dick. He's so mean. He talks about responsibility and preparing 7 years feast, 7 years. Wasn't there a Bible thing about 7 years feast, 7-year fam? What do they know? You don't need no cash. Borrow, borrow, borrow. Nice beard, man. Can I get a man bun too? Here's your $8 IPA. I can't afford rent. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Give me my $8 avocado and toast with my $8 beer too. Man, it's the evil Republicans are keeping me down. Anyway, you didn't even have that. You're Gen Z anyway, and you're a hardworking man of Gen Z. But going forward, there would have been, and I can guarantee you this, Corona Chan has like put an end to that. Any kind of outgoing socializing, meetup groups, whatever else. So that's all done. All right. So you have bad timing, which again is not your fault. But you will have to go forth out and go and find friends. And this is where meetup and clubs, and I don't mean necessarily nightclubs, though that too, but like a ballroom dance club or the gun club or go to the cigar lounge or whatever it is you want to do. That's how you're going to go and get your social circle of friends. And you happen to be in a quadruply or triply bad situation. Not a bad situation for you, but like when it comes to a social life, you have irregular hours. When you work, you don't have other people around you. And then I'm going to guess that at your age, you're probably not associating very well with most of your peers because they're fucking living at home still and they don't have jobs and they're not real men supporting themselves. And this gets to the larger point that I was going to talk about, how the trend in friends goes. You will inevitably lose all your friends, right? Some because somebody did something wrong or somebody pissed somebody off. Another thing, more commonly, life pulls you in different directions, and so there's no animosity. Sometimes a woman will get in there, or in case of women, a guy will get in there, and you never see your BFF ever again until they get divorced. Like, hey, what's going on, guys? Where the fuck were you? I'm looking at you, my Vietnamese friend. You know who you are. Well, I was getting my dick wet, and I figured that was more important than actually having friends, even though she was a grade A Kuanta, and a psychopath. Now you want to join the team again, huh? Okay, buddy, some penance. Where was I going with that? Oh, but the number one, and if those mines in the landmine field do not kill off all your friends, what will is they get old and tired and lazy. And that's like, it's already pretty bad when you lose all your friends to like different things that are outside of your control. But when your friend's like, oh man, I'm kind of tired, that's the salt on the wound, because you're like, well, we were friends. Like, what weren't we supposed to like work towards a goal of having fun and, Dumb me. Capitalizing on life and making a count? Nope. Those guys that were in the trenches with you, they just want to sit at home with their freaking loafers on in the bathrobe and watch TV at 7 p.m. So the larger point I'm trying to point out to you is that this is the new normal. Okay? Not having friends is normal. Now, at your age, that's technically not normal. And because of the nature of your work, you're going to have to go out and try and find a group of friends. All right. And so now is the time, especially since you're so young, is to go and explore. I know you got your driving, and I know there's a Corona thing going on, but once that's lifted, we hope, go and it's a second job. It really is a part-time job. You got to go, it could even be within your industry. Go join the truckers club. I know most men my age, even younger, are like, they're starting to join Masons groups or the Eagles, these fraternal orders, just to have some kind of belonging. Although they're all on the internet now too, because of the boomer coof. I'm going to die. No, you're just fat and you are going to die. Yes. So it is you have to put some effort into finding a new set of friends. And here's another thing, man. Don't get used to them being around. They will go away. Life will pull them, not even necessarily maliciously. They'll just go away. And as I've said before, my friendship is like the U.S. military. I will bring the war to you. I have to bring my friendship to other people because so few people come and visit. They're all stuck with real jobs. When are you coming to Seattle, Aaron? When are you going to come, like, maybe just meet me halfway in Denver? It doesn't happen. And so I don't have a solution for you. All I have is the truth and to have you reel in your expectations with reality. And that is not to expect a lot, socially speaking. In part because of Corona Chan, in part because your generation is a bunch of pussies who don't go out and venture forth. Oh, my video games, let's play video games online. How about we land it up and we're here and we can curse at each other and drink together? But just the natural nature of humans being very boring and average, they will give up. I guess you could consider friendship a philosophy, like you philosophize with your friends. You spar, and they give that up for pussy or dick. I found a man, I found a woman, and they're gone. And like they'll be 2 blocks down the road, but you won't see them ever again. I mean, they're right there. So for the here and now, while you're young, capitalize on it, because young people aren't married yet. They're still going out, and here's the bright side of things. Marriage is in such a state of decay. They're thinking that like half the women of marrying age won't be married or have kids. So most people, there's a good percentage of the population won't be married. But do prepare for the day that's going to come. You'll be in shape. You have your finances together. Hey, let's go to Colorado. Let's go rent snowmobiles. Let's go fish. Let's go do something. Let's go to Vegas. I don't know. I mean, you'll literally have a guy who makes $300,000 a year. No doubt. I don't know, man. I'd have to get on a plane. I'd have to change my underwear. And oh, Jesus. I remember when you were fun and you actually got the girls. So more importantly, in conclusion, it's not your fault. It's your environment and your work. Things will change, but when they do change, and the great and merciful Corona Chan, bless her beautiful bounty, once she goes away, it's a job. You got to get out there. And have no expectations. Have none. And there you go. All right. Do we have any super chats? No, we got a super sticker from this Hanyaker here. Atham for $1. I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. That's it. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.